My child, stop what you are doing and hear me with tenderness. Do not rush past this moment as though it is just another sound moving through your day. Do not scroll away from the place inside you that has been trying to get your attention in silence. I am not speaking to accuse you. I am not drawing near to shame you. I am coming close to the part of you that has been tired in ways you could not easily explain. I know the fatigue that sits behind your eyes even when you try to look present. I know the tension that gathers in your shoulders, your chest, your stomach, your jaw, your back, and your breath. I know the shallow breathing that comes when your soul has been holding too much for too long. I know the heaviness that does not always have a name, the weariness that sleep does not fully remove, the quiet discomfort you keep measuring, checking, ignoring, and then fearing again when you are alone. Hear me clearly. Your body is not accusing you. Your body is not proof that you have failed. Your body is not an enemy standing against your peace. There are moments when the body begins to speak because the soul has been silenced. There are moments when pressure, grief, fear, disappointment, responsibility, and hidden sorrow settle so deeply beneath the surface that you begin to carry them not only in your thoughts, but in your flesh, in your breathing, in your nerves, in your rest, in the places you did not know were listening. And I want you to hear this with wisdom, not fear. When your body needs care, receive care. When you need rest, take rest. When you need help, do not call isolation faith. When you need wise counsel, medical attention, support, or practical change, do not reject the help I can also use to steady you. This message is not here to replace wisdom. It is here to bring you into my presence, where fear loses its throne, where hiding begins to end, and where the burden beneath the burden can finally be surrendered. My child, this moment is not ordinary, because I am inviting you to stop hiding from what you have been carrying. You have smiled while your body was tense. You have answered people while your mind was somewhere else. You have moved through rooms with heaviness pressed beneath your ribs. You have whispered, "What is wrong with me?" when I was whispering, "Come closer to me." You have wondered if the weariness meant weakness, when I saw it as a signal that something inside you needed gentleness, release, and prayer. Nothing hidden in you is hidden from me. Nothing silent in you is beyond my reach. The tired places, the tight places, the places that ache without explanation, the places where fear has attached itself to sensation, memory, pressure, or uncertainty, all of it is known by me. I do not look at you with impatience. I do not stand over you, demanding that you carry more. I come near as Father, Healer, Comforter, and Keeper of the whole person. Stay with me through this prayer. Do not leave before the place that has been silent begins to breathe in my presence. If these words are already touching hidden places in you, let your heart respond gently, and like this message as a quiet agreement that you are ready to stop carrying this alone. Subscribe if you need healing prayers that speak to both the body and the soul, and share this with someone whose body has been tired from carrying too much in silence. Because today, my child, I am not calling you into panic. I am calling you into surrender. I am not asking you to fear what your body is saying. I am inviting you to bring your whole self before me, the symptom and the story, the ache and the anxiety, the fatigue and the fear, and let me meet you there with rest. I know what you could not explain to anyone. I know the symptom you minimized because you did not want to sound afraid. I know the discomfort you mentioned casually, then carried seriously when no one was looking. I know the tension you smiled through, the ache you tried to dismiss, the heaviness you kept moving around as though ordinary responsibilities could make it disappear. I know the nights when your body became loud in the quiet, when every sensation seemed to ask a question your mind could not answer. My child, I know the way you checked your body and then tried to act as if you had not checked it. I know the hand placed quietly over the place that concerned you. I know the pause after a sharp feeling, the inward measuring, the silent wondering, the way your thoughts traveled ahead of you before peace could catch up. I know when you searched for answers and felt more unsettled afterward. I know when you replayed a report, a word, a possibility, a memory, a warning, or something someone said, and fear began building a story around your body before truth had finished speaking. Hear me clearly. You did not have to say it aloud for me to know it was heavy. Silence did not make the burden invisible. The pain you did not name in front of others was still known by me. The grief stored in your chest, the anxiety carried in your stomach, the pressure held in your throat, the tiredness behind your normal routine, the private alarm beneath your calm face. I saw all of it. I saw you keep going while something inside you kept asking for rest. I saw you answer messages, prepare meals, finish work, care for people, sit in rooms, drive familiar roads, and still carry a hidden question beneath it all. I know the place where physical concern and emotional weight became one burden. I know where the body sensation touched an old fear. I know where discomfort awakened memories of loss, uncertainty, disappointment, loneliness, or helplessness. I know where your mind said, "Stay calm," while your heart whispered, "What if this becomes worse?" I know where you tried to pray, but your thoughts kept returning to the same place in your body. I know where you tried to trust me, but fear kept pulling your attention back to what you could feel, what you could not explain, and what you could not control. Nothing inside you becomes unknown to me because it is difficult to describe. Nothing beneath the surface is too tangled for my hand. I know the difference between the symptom itself and the fear that gathered around it. I know the difference between what needs care, what needs rest, what needs wisdom, and what needs surrender. I know the burden that entered through your thoughts and settled into your breathing. I know the sorrow you called tiredness. I know the fear you called caution. I know the grief you called stress. I know the exhaustion you called being strong. And I am not here to expose you harshly. I am here to recognize you completely. I am here to show you that the hidden place is not a forgotten place. The part of you that has been carrying concern in the body and emotion in the soul is not beyond my reach. Even there, I am present. Even there, my peace can enter. Even there, my voice can separate truth from fear, burden from identity, and pain from prophecy. So listen gently now, my child. Let the question rise without shame. Let it come into the light where I can meet it. What burden is your body asking your soul to surrender before me? My child, hear this deeply. Your body was never created to carry unspoken fear alone. It was never formed to become the hidden container for every grief you did not have time to grieve, every pressure you thought you had to survive quietly, every disappointment you swallowed because life kept demanding that you continue. I formed you as a whole person, not as separated pieces. Your body listens when your soul is overwhelmed. Your breath responds when your heart is afraid. Your sleep notices what your mouth refuses to say. Your strength feels the weight of what you keep calling normal. There are burdens that do not always announce themselves as burdens when they first enter. Fear may enter as caution. Grief may enter as tiredness. Shame may enter as silence. Resentment may enter as tension. Pressure may enter as responsibility. Over-responsibility may enter as love with no rest. Disappointment may enter as acceptance before the wound has healed. Long obedience without rest may enter as faithfulness, while the body quietly asks when it will be allowed to breathe. And I know the difference, my child. I know when you are serving from love, and I know when you are carrying more than I asked you to carry. I know when you are enduring with grace, and I know when your soul has been given no space to release what has been pressing against it. Do not accuse yourself because your body became tired. Do not call yourself weak because your shoulders could no longer hold what your heart never named. Do not call yourself faithless because your chest became tight, your stomach became unsettled, your head became heavy, your nerves became alert, your bones felt weary, your breath became shallow, your blood seemed to carry worry, your sleep became interrupted, your appetite changed, or your strength began to feel thinner than before. I am not standing near you with condemnation. I am standing near you with understanding. I know how much you have carried while still trying to appear calm. I know how often you told yourself, "I should be stronger than this." I know how many times you corrected your own pain before you ever allowed yourself to receive comfort. Hear me clearly. Your body is not the enemy. Your body may be revealing the place where your soul needs permission to surrender. It may be showing you where fear has been held too long, where grief has been postponed too often, where forgiveness has been delayed because the wound still felt alive, where shame has been hiding behind quiet performance, where resentment has been buried beneath duty, where pressure has been mistaken for purpose, where responsibility has grown larger than trust, where disappointment has become a silent agreement that nothing will change. I am not saying every ache has one meaning. I am saying nothing in you is outside my care. I am saying I can meet the place where body and soul have become one cry. There are tears that never left your eyes but settled into your chest. There are words you never spoke that gathered in your throat. There are fears you dismissed that remained in your stomach. There are memories you pushed away that kept stirring in your nerves. There are years of being strong that entered your sleep, your posture, your appetite, your breathing, your energy, and your ability to rest without feeling guilty. I saw all of it. I saw the moment you decided it was easier to keep moving than to fall apart. I saw the moment you told yourself there was no room for your own need. I saw the moment you became the steady one for everyone else, while a quiet ache formed inside you. But my child, surrender is not failure. Surrender is cooperation with grace. Surrender is not forcing your body to perform peace while your soul is still hiding. Surrender is not pretending you are calm when fear is moving beneath the surface. Surrender is not denying what hurts. Surrender is letting what hurts come into my presence without shame. It is allowing the hidden sentence to finally be spoken before me. It is saying, Father, this is what I have carried. This is what I feared. This is what I could not grieve. This is what I did not know how to forgive. This is what I kept holding because I thought letting it go would mean losing control. And hear me now. You do not lose yourself when you surrender to me. You lose the false burden of believing you must hold yourself together without help. You lose the lie that your body must stay silent for you to be spiritual. You lose the agreement with fear that says every sensation must become a prophecy. You lose the shame that made healing feel like proof that something was wrong with your faith. Needing healing does not make you faithless. Needing rest does not make you disobedient. Needing comfort does not make you immature. Needing to be held by me does not make you less strong. It makes you honest, and honesty in my presence is a doorway to peace. So let your shoulders soften before me. Let your chest stop defending itself. Let your stomach release the alarm it has been carrying. Let your head become quiet under my hand. Let your nerves remember that they are not alone. Let your bones rest beneath the weight of my care. Let your breath slow without fear. Let your blood, your sleep, your appetite, and your strength come under my tenderness. I am not asking your body to pretend. I am inviting your soul to stop hiding. The place that has been tense is not beyond my reach. The place that has been guarded is not too complicated for my peace. The place that has been carrying fear in silence is not abandoned. Bring it to me now, not as an accusation against yourself, but as a child bringing a burden to the one who knows how to hold it. Your body does not have to carry what your soul is finally allowed to surrender. And now, my child, hear me clearly. Fear became heavier than the symptom. What you felt in your body may have been real, but fear enlarged its shadow. Fear stood beside the ache and gave it a darker meaning. Fear stood beside the discomfort and whispered that it was not just a moment, but a future. Fear took one sensation and tried to build a story around it. Fear took one report, one delay, one uncertain answer, one painful night, one strange feeling, one change in your body, and tried to turn it into a prophecy over your life. I know how quickly imagination can run when answers are delayed. I know how the mind can travel far beyond the present moment when the body does not feel settled. One sensation becomes a question. One question becomes a possibility. One possibility becomes a picture. One picture becomes a fear. And before you realize it, your body is not only carrying the symptom, it is carrying the story fear created around the symptom. You begin responding not only to what is happening, but to what you are afraid might happen. You begin grieving futures I have not written. You begin preparing for losses I have not spoken. You begin bracing yourself against outcomes that have not been given authority over you. Hear me now. Fear is not allowed to become the interpreter of your body. Fear is not allowed to become the translator of your future. Fear is not allowed to explain my nearness to you. Fear does not know my plan. Fear does not know the full work of my hand. Fear does not know what I am doing beneath the surface. In your blood, in your breath, in your nerves, in your organs, in your sleep, in your strength, in your thoughts, in your soul. Fear sees uncertainty and calls it danger. But I see uncertainty and enter it with you. Fear sees delay and calls it abandonment, but I see delay and remain present. Fear sees weakness and calls it the end, but I speak over weakness with tenderness, authority, and life. I know the hidden battle you have been fighting. I know when the enemy used uncertainty to pull you into isolation. I know when he tried to make you stop talking, stop hoping, stop asking, stop trusting, stop resting. I know when he used one unanswered question to build discouragement in your chest. I know when he used waiting to create panic in your stomach. I know when he used tiredness to suggest hopelessness. I know when he told you that because you were afraid, you were alone. And because you were uncertain, I must be distant. That was a lie. Your fear did not make me leave. Your panic did not make me turn away. Your trembling did not disqualify you from my care. My child, I do not shame you for being afraid. I enter the fearful place. I come near to the room where your thoughts became loud. I come near to the pillow where you stared into the dark. I come near to the moment when your hand rested over the place that concerned you. I come near to the silence after the message, the appointment, the result, the question, the pain, the delay. I come near not with accusation, but with peace. I speak over the fear that surrounded the symptom. I speak over the shadow that became larger than the ache. I speak over the imagination that ran ahead without my voice. Fear may have grown around your body, but fear does not have final authority over your life. Fear may have spoken loudly, but it does not speak last. Fear may have followed you into the night, but it cannot own the morning I am bringing. Fear may have touched your thoughts, your breathing, your sleep, and your strength, but fear is not your master. You belong to me. Your body belongs under my care. Your future belongs under my authority. Your hidden battle is not hidden from me, and the place where fear became heavy is the very place where my peace is entering now. What entered your body did not become your master. Hear me clearly, my child. What entered did not enter with endless permission. What appeared did not arrive with final ownership. What was felt, what was found, what was questioned, what was named, what was not yet understood, did not become lord over what belongs to me. Your body is not a territory abandoned to fear. Your life is not a place where reports speak without my presence. Your future is not held in the hand of a symptom, a weakness, a delay, a number, a result, or an uncertainty. You are held by me. I know how strong a thing can feel when it enters your awareness. I know how one word can echo through the mind. I know how one sensation can make your whole body listen. I know how a report, an appointment, a test, a diagnosis, a possibility, or a sentence spoken by another person can seem to stand over you like an authority. I know the way your thoughts can bow before language that frightens you. I know the way your breath changes when you hear something you were not prepared to hear. I know the way your sleep can become interrupted, your appetite unsettled, your energy thinner, your muscles tighter, your nerves alert, your chest guarded, and your heart quietly asking, "What does this mean for me now?" But hear me now. Human language may describe what is seen, but it does not limit what I can touch. A report may name a concern, but it does not own your destiny. A test may reveal what needs attention, but it does not remove you from my compassion. A doctor may speak with knowledge, and I can use that knowledge as mercy. Rest can be a gift. Treatment can be a gift. Wisdom can be a gift. Support can be a gift. Practical care can be a gift. Do not reject the help placed near you, because fear has made you suspicious of needing help, but also do not believe that the final sentence over your life is held only in human hands. I am present in the room, in the waiting, in the process, in the care, in the questions, in the body, and in the hidden place beneath the body. My child, no condition owns what belongs to me. No fear owns what belongs to me. No report owns what belongs to me. No weakness, no inflammation, no pain, no trembling, no fatigue, no pressure, no uncertainty, no change in the organs, the blood, the bones, the nerves, the muscles, the breath, the sleep, the energy, or the hidden places of your body has authority to take my place. Everything seen and unseen remains beneath my knowledge. Everything named and unnamed remains beneath my compassion. Everything strong enough to frighten you is still not stronger than the one who formed you. I speak over the organs that have worried you. I speak over the blood that has carried stress, fear, weakness, and silent questions. I speak over the bones that have felt weary under the weight of long seasons. I speak over the nerves that have stayed alert, as though danger was always near. I speak over the muscles that tightened because the soul did not know where else to place the pressure. I speak over the breath that became shallow when fear entered the room. I speak over inflammation, discomfort, restlessness, heaviness, strange sensations, interrupted sleep, drained energy, and hidden fatigue. I speak not as one guessing from a distance, but as the one who knows every part of you from within. Nothing inside you is beyond my reach. Nothing beneath your skin is outside my awareness. Nothing hidden in your body is hidden from me. I know what needs attention. I know what needs rest. I know what needs care. I know what needs wisdom. I know what needs release. I know what has a physical root, and I know what has been intensified by fear, grief, pressure, resentment, exhaustion, and years of holding what you were never asked to carry alone. So let your prayer become deeper now. Do not only say, remove this. Say also, show me what I have been carrying that you never asked me to carry. Show me where fear entered and found a place to sit. Show me where grief became tension. Show me where responsibility became control. Show me where disappointment became heaviness. Show me where silence became pressure. Show me where I kept saying I was fine while my body kept telling the truth. Show me, Father, what belongs in your hands and not in mine. This is not surrender to sickness. This is surrender to me. This is not agreement with fear. This is agreement with my authority. This is not you giving up. This is you giving over. You are placing the symptom, the report, the fear, the waiting, the body, the burden, the memory, the unanswered question, and the hidden fatigue into my hands. And what is placed in my hands does not remain under the rule of panic. My child, what entered your body did not become your master. What touched your peace did not take your identity. What frightened your thoughts did not cancel my nearness. You are still mine in the ache. You are still mine in the waiting. You are still mine while answers unfold. You are still mine while strength returns. You are still mine while peace begins before everything outward changes. And because you are mine, fear does not get the final word over your body, your soul, or your future. My child, the burden beneath the pain must be named. Not because I do not know it, but because you have carried it in the dark long enough. You have called it responsibility when it was pressure. You have called it wisdom when it was fear. You have called it strength when it was exhaustion. You have called it peace because you did not argue, but inside you were still bleeding from words never spoken, tears never released, and grief never given room to breathe. I know the ways you learned to hide what was heavy. I know how you placed spiritual language over places that still needed tenderness. I know how you said, I trust God, while secretly feeling afraid to admit how tired you were. I know how you kept serving, kept answering, kept showing up, kept caring for others, kept being available, while something inside your own body kept asking when you would finally be allowed to rest. I know the pain of being needed by many and known deeply by few. I know the ache of carrying everyone else while wondering who would notice that you were carrying too much. There is grief you never mourned because life did not slow down for your tears. There are words you never spoke because you were afraid they would hurt someone, disappoint someone, change something, or reveal how wounded you really were. There is forgiveness not yet released, not because you are rebellious, but because the wound was deeper than you wanted to admit. There is pressure to be strong, pressure to be steady, pressure to understand, pressure to keep peace, pressure to recover quickly, pressure to not need too much. There is fear of disappointing others, fear of becoming a burden, fear of being misunderstood, fear of saying no, fear of letting people see that your strength has been running thin. Hear me clearly. Surrender is not defeat. Surrender is the moment the burden stops ruling from the dark. Surrender is not you losing the battle. Surrender is you bringing the hidden battle into my light. Surrender is not weakness. Surrender is honesty before the one who already knows the whole truth and still calls you beloved. The burden has been heavier because it remained unnamed. Fear grows in silence. Shame grows in secrecy. Pressure grows when it is carried without prayer. But when the burden is brought before me, it loses the hidden throne it built inside you. So now gently, if you are comfortable, place your hand over the area of tension. If you do not know where to place it, place your hand over your heart. Do not do this with panic. Do not do this as though you must force something to happen. Simply come before me as my child. Breathe slowly. Let your breath become a quiet doorway back into trust. Inhale with the awareness that I am near. Exhale with the willingness to stop carrying what was never meant to rule you. Let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw release. Let your chest know it no longer has to guard every hidden sentence alone. Now inwardly name one burden you are ready to release. Not 10. Not everything at once if that feels too much. Just one. Name the grief. Name the fear. Name the resentment. Name the pressure. Name the responsibility that became too heavy. Name the person you have been trying to hold together. Name the disappointment you kept swallowing. Name the exhaustion you covered with productivity. Name the old hurt that still tightens your body when you remember it. Bring it into the light before me. I am not asking you to explain it perfectly. I am not asking you to feel brave. I am not asking you to understand every connection between your body and your soul. I am asking you to stop hiding from me what has already been known by me. Healing prayer deepens when the hidden burden is brought into the light, and as you name it before me, my child, the dark place begins to lose its power. The place beneath the pain begins to open. The part of you that has been bracing begins to hear my voice. And I am here, not to condemn what you carried, but to receive what you are finally ready to surrender. And now, my child, hear this deeply. Peace can begin before the symptom changes. Do not measure the beginning of healing only by what you can immediately feel, touch, test, prove, or explain. There is a work I do beneath sensation before the body knows how to announce it. There is a movement of my presence that begins deeper than the place you keep checking. There is a quiet release that starts in the soul before the muscles unclench, before the breath fully steadies, before the report changes, before the pain lessens, before the outward evidence becomes visible. I know you have wanted a sign you could recognize quickly. I know you have prayed and then listened closely to your body, wondering if anything shifted. I know the question that rises when you still feel the same discomfort, the same tightness, the same weakness, the same pressure, the same uncertainty. You ask, did anything happen? Did you hear me? Did my surrender matter? Did peace really enter if the symptom is still here? And I say to you now with tenderness, yes, my child. Your surrender mattered. Your prayer reached me. Your honesty opened a place where fear had been ruling silently. The first movement of healing is not always the removal of pain. Sometimes the first movement is panic, loosening its grip. Sometimes it is your soul no longer bracing for disaster. Sometimes it is one slow breath where fear does not get to lead. Silence does not mean absence. Stillness does not mean nothing is happening. Waiting does not mean I have stepped away. Deep work often begins before visible evidence appears. Roots are touched before branches change. Hidden places are addressed before outward signs become clear. The body may still be speaking, but fear does not have to remain the interpreter. The ache may still be present, but panic does not have to sit beside it as ruler. The question may still be unanswered, but your soul can begin to rest in my presence before every answer arrives. Hear me clearly. Do not make immediate physical change the only proof of my nearness. I am near when your breath softens. I am near when your shoulders drop even a little. I am near when your thoughts stop running as far ahead as they did before. I am near when the place inside you that expected disaster begins to hear another sound. I am near when you can say, I do not understand everything, but I am not alone. I am near when you stop treating your body as an enemy and begin bringing it to me as something beloved, something formed, something held, something still under my care. Rest is not wasted time. Rest is not laziness when the body has been carrying too much. Rest can be obedience. Rest can be trust. Rest can be the moment you stop agreeing with the pressure that says you must keep proving your strength. There are seasons when lying down before me is warfare. There are moments when breathing slowly is surrender. There are times when closing your eyes, unclenching your hands, stepping away from the noise, and allowing your nervous system to come out of alarm is not weakness, but wisdom under my hand. My child, I am teaching you to pray deeper than relief alone. Yes, you may ask me for relief. Yes, you may ask me to touch the pain, the inflammation, the heaviness, the fatigue, the nerves, the organs, the blood, the bones, the sleep, and the strength. But do not stop there. Receive me in the place of pain. Invite my presence into the room fear occupied. Let me sit with you where you used to panic. Let me breathe peace into the part of you that has been waiting for disaster. Let me enter not only the symptom, but the story fear built around it. Something can begin in you now that no one else can see yet. Peace can begin. Surrender can begin. Rest can begin. Trust can begin. The inner bracing can begin to loosen. The hidden alarm can begin to quiet. The soul can begin to return from the edge of fear. And what begins unseen in my presence is not small. It is holy. It is real. It is the first sound of healing beneath the surface. My child, I am entering the room where you were afraid. I am entering the late-night place where your thoughts became louder than your breathing. I am entering the quiet corner where you cried without wanting anyone to hear. I am entering the moment when you wiped your face, gathered yourself, and pretended to be fine because you did not know how to explain the fear moving through your body. I am entering the silence after you searched for answers, after you touched the place that concerned you, after you tried to calm yourself and still felt the hidden trembling beneath your skin. I am not standing outside that room waiting for you to become brave enough to invite me. I am already near. I was there when your chest tightened. I was there when your shoulders rose and stayed guarded. I was there when your stomach carried dread, when your breath became shallow, when your nervous system listened for danger, even in a quiet house. I was there when your body remembered stress your mouth never described. I was there when you said, "I am okay," while something inside you whispered, "I am tired of carrying this alone." Now hear me deeply. I am praying over the place where fear has been loud. I speak peace over your body, not as a distant wish, but as my presence drawing near to what has been strained. Let the alarm within you begin to quiet under my hand. Let the nervous system that has been alert for too long begin to learn safety in my nearness. Let the chest that has been tight begin to release its hidden defense. Let the shoulders that have carried pressure, duty, grief, and responsibility begin to lower. Let the jaw unclench. Let the throat soften. Let the stomach stop bracing for news that has not been spoken by me. Let the breath return slowly, gently, without force, without fear, without the pressure to perform peace. I speak over weak places in your body. I speak over exhausted areas that have been asking for rest. I speak over the muscles that held what your soul could not name. I speak over the nerves that have carried shock, tension, and silent anticipation. I speak over the organs, the blood, the bones, the cells, the sleep, the appetite, the energy, and the hidden systems that have been working beneath your awareness. Nothing inside you is too small for my attention. Nothing inside you is too complicated for my tenderness. Nothing inside you is beyond my reach. Receive this slowly, my child. You do not have to force your body into rest. Rest can be received. Peace can be received. Breath can be received. Strength can be received. Let your body come out of agreement with constant alarm. Let your soul come out of agreement with the lie that danger is always near. Let the place that expected disaster begin to hear my voice instead. I am here. I am here in the ache. I am here in the waiting. I am here in the questions. I am here in the place where you did not know whether to pray for your body, your emotions, your memories, or all of them at once. And now I speak beneath the body, into the soul that has been carrying what the body could not hide. I speak to the grief that never found a safe place to fall. I speak to the fear that stayed because you thought vigilance would protect you. I speak to the shame that made you believe your struggle was proof of weakness. I speak to the bitterness that came from wounds you tried to minimize. I speak to the pressure that made rest feel undeserved. I speak to the need to hold together what only I can carry. My child, release what is mine. Release the outcomes. Release the burden of knowing everything. Release the need to stay strong in every room. Release the silent responsibility to keep everyone else steady, while your own soul has been asking to breathe. Say this before me now, gently, not as a performance, but as surrender. Father, I surrender what my body has been carrying in silence. Say it again with honesty. Father, I surrender what my body has been carrying in silence. Let those words move through the place that has been tight. Let them reach the hidden room where fear sat down without permission. Let them become the sound of a burden, leaving the dark and coming into my light. Now say this, my child. My body belongs to you. My soul rests in you. Say it slowly. My body belongs to you. My soul rests in you. Your body does not belong to panic. Your soul does not belong to pressure. Your future does not belong to fear. You belong to me. The place that trembled belongs to me. The place that waited belongs to me. The place that cried quietly belongs to me. The place that was too tired to explain belongs to me. I am bringing hidden pressure into my presence now. I am touching the burden beneath the symptom. I am meeting the body and the soul together because I formed you as one beloved life. Let peace descend into the room where fear used to speak. Let rest settle over the part of you that stayed awake too long. Let hope return without demanding instant proof. Let your breath become softer. Let your shoulders remember they are not the throne of every burden. Let your heart remember that it is held. You are not alone in your body. You are not abandoned in your fear. You are not forgotten in the quiet. I have entered the room where you were afraid, and I am not leaving you there unchanged. What you surrender to me tonight does not remain under the rule of fear. What you place in my hands begins to come under peace. Rest now, my child. Let the hidden place hear me. I am near. I am holding you. I am healing deeper than you can see. And now, my child, I declare over you that the place that was tight will learn to rest again. The place that tightened because fear entered will not remain locked forever. The place that braced for bad news will not keep living as though disaster is always near. The place that carried pressure in silence will not be called abandoned. The tired place, the anxious place, the guarded place, the hidden place beneath your ribs, beneath your thoughts, beneath your strength, beneath the smile you used to keep going, is coming under my peace now. Hear me clearly. I am speaking peace over the tight place. I am speaking peace over the part of you that has been waiting for something to go wrong. I am speaking peace over the muscles that learned to hold fear. I am speaking peace over the nerves that stayed awake even when the room was quiet. I am speaking peace over the chest that forgot how to breathe freely. I am speaking peace over the stomach that carried dread. I am speaking peace over the shoulders that became a resting place for burdens I never asked you to throne there. I am speaking peace over the mind that rehearsed possibilities I did not write. The place that was tight will not be your identity. The place that was tired will not name your future. The place that was anxious will not become your master. The place that was wounded will not define the whole of you. Hidden pain will not be allowed to sit on the throne of your life. Fear will not write your next chapter. Exhaustion will not call you by name. Pressure will not tell you who you are. What you carried in silence will not become the final truth about you, because I know you deeper than your suffering, and I call you mine. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not punished. You are not outside my reach. You are not too complicated for my mercy. You are not too weary for my hand. You are not too afraid for my tenderness. You are not alone in your healing process. I am with you in the first breath of peace, and I am with you in the long unfolding. I am with you when strength returns slowly. I am with you when your soul needs patience. I am with you when you cannot explain what is changing, but something inside you no longer feels as ruled by fear as it did before. My child, receive the identity I am giving back to you. You are not the silent carrier of fear. You are my fully known child. You are not the keeper of every burden. You are held under my care. You are not the servant of panic. You are resting beneath my authority. You are not the one who must understand everything before you can have peace. You are the one I am teaching to trust while the hidden work continues. You are not a body abandoned to symptoms. You are a beloved life known by the one who formed the organs, the blood, the bones, the nerves, the cells, the breath, the sleep, the strength, and the soul within you. Hear this deeply. What became tight can soften under my presence. What became guarded can open slowly under my care. What became afraid can learn the sound of safety again. What became weary can receive rest without guilt. What became silent can speak honestly before me. What became heavy can be lifted. What became tense through grief, pressure, responsibility, disappointment, waiting, and fear can come under the gentle authority of my peace. Nothing inside you is beyond my reach. Nothing in your story is hidden from my compassion. Nothing fear touched is too far for me to restore. Now speak this aloud before me, not with force, not with performance, but with surrender. I receive peace where I carried pressure. Say it slowly. I receive peace where I carried pressure. Let those words move through the tight place. Let them pass through the anxious place. Let them reach the part of you that stayed ready for bad news. Let them become a doorway out of silent survival and into trust. Now say this. I receive rest where I carried fear. Again, my child. I receive rest where I carried fear. Let your body hear your faith. Let your soul hear your surrender. Let the hidden place know that fear is no longer being given the right to rule. This does not mean you deny what you have felt. This means you deny fear the authority to interpret it. This does not mean you pretend there was no pain. This means pain does not become your master. This does not mean you stop caring for your body. This means you bring your body into my presence as something beloved, not something accused. You may still walk through process. You may still need wisdom. You may still need rest, support, care, patience, and time. But you will not walk as one forsaken. You will not walk as one unseen. You will not walk as one owned by fear. The words you speak now matter. The surrender rising from your mouth matters. The peace you receive by faith matters. Your declaration is not empty sound. It is agreement with my care. It is the visible turning of your heart away from panic and toward my presence. It is the moment your hidden surrender begins to take form. And soon, my child, I will ask you to let your words be seen, not because I need proof, but because your faith is coming out of hiding. Rest under my care now. Let the tight place learn a new language. Let it learn peace. Let it learn trust. Let it learn that it no longer has to brace alone. You are mine in the healing. You are mine in the waiting. You are mine in the restoration that begins unseen. Fear will not write your future. Hidden pain will not become your master. You are not a forgotten body carrying silent dread. You are my child, fully known, fully held, and learning to rest again beneath my hand. And now, my child, let your surrender come out of hiding. What you prayed in the quiet can become a visible declaration of faith. What you released before me in secret can stand where fear can see it and know it no longer owns your agreement. So right below, my body is surrendering what my soul could not say. Write it slowly. Write it as prayer. Write it as surrender. Write it as the sound of a burden losing its hidden power. My body is surrendering what my soul could not say. Do not write it for attention. Write it as agreement. Write it as a marker in the place where fear tried to silence you. Write it so another weary heart scrolling through these words can know they are not the only one whose body has carried grief, pressure, anxiety, hidden fatigue, and unspoken pain. Your declaration may become encouragement for someone who has been too tired to pray clearly. Your surrender may help another child of mine believe that they can bring their hidden burden into my light too. And if you need prayer, leave your request there with honesty. If you are asking for rest, write it. If you are asking for healing, write it. If you are asking for peace in your body, strength for the next day, courage for a medical appointment, calm over anxiety, or relief from hidden fatigue, place it there. You do not have to explain everything perfectly. I know the whole matter before you find the right words. Let your request be simple. Let it be honest. Let it be the first step out of silent carrying and into shared prayer. Like this message as agreement with this prayer, not as a routine action, but as your quiet yes before me. Subscribe if you need more healing words, spoken over the places that have been tired, afraid, and hidden. Share this with someone who has been carrying silent pressure in their body, someone who keeps saying they are fine while their soul is asking for rest, someone who needs to remember that fear is not the final authority. My child, your private surrender has become a visible seed of faith. Peace is still working. Rest is still teaching your body a new language. Healing hope is still rising beneath the surface. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. Nothing inside you is beyond my reach.